Greetings. I am Pastor Harris. Welcome to this edition of Understanding with Pastor Harris. I'm holding in my hand the Holy Bible. It is God's holy word. But more importantly than that, it's a good book by God, about God, and of all the things that God would have you to know about Him. The most important one is that God loves you no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter where you're going, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you've done. God loves you. God loves you. Each and every one of us, no matter what our race, our background is, God loves us. God loves you whether you're a man, you're a woman, you're young, you're old, boy, girl. God loves you whether you've been good or bad. God loves you. Whether you have called yourself at one time one who hates God and hates the people of God and who even talk anything about God, God loves you. He doesn't hold those things against us. God loves us. God loves us. The Bible teaches us so. And that's why I love to have this opportunity each week to bring you the principles of God's holy word from the Bible. But the most important one is that God loves you no matter who you are, no matter what your status is, no matter what you think your situation is, no matter if you've never had a relationship with God. God loves you and He offers you to have a relationship with Him. And if you have one, He wants to help you improve it each and every day. That's why I'm here. God loves you. Some of you might be questioning yourself, saying, no, God couldn't love me. I've done some real terrible things, even against Christians. I've said some terrible things about God. Well, this is how I think God feels about that. You see, when my son was very young, I did everything I could to let him know I love him. But as we started to communicate as a very young boy, I used to always tell him, I love you, and I always will. I love you. Now, so he would understand as he grew older and challenging and not always doing what he was supposed to do, I added the best part. I may not love what you're doing, but I will always love you. That's how God deals with us. Equally, all of us. God may not love where you are. God may not love what you've done, but God loves you. And you have the opportunity, just like I have and everybody else, to be redeemed by God and to receive His blessings in full each and every day of your life. Those are the principles that are taught by the Word of God. But please, I say again, understand that God loves you so much, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, sinner or saint. God loves you. This book even tells us so. This book tells us in the book of Romans, in what we call the New Testament, in that book there, in the 8th chapter, is something very astounding that you should hear about this. And when you get the opportunity, get a Bible on your electronic gadget, look it up for yourself so that you can read these wonderful words. Romans, the 8th chapter, I will read to you from verse 35 through verse 39. It says there, who shall separate us from the love of Christ? That's where we get our relationship with God from, Jesus Christ. Shall tribulation, that's troubles, or distress, oh my goodness, are we having that today? Or persecutions, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword, all of that is prevalent in the world today. Verse 36, and it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. That means that the evil in this world would take us out in a second if it could get the chance. But verse 37 says, no, in all these things we're more than conquerors. We will overcome through Him that loved us. Verse 38, for I am persuaded, the writer says, that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, no matter how evil they are, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come. He's not through. Verse 39 says, For nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. You. God loves you, and there's nothing that can separate you from the love of God except you. Don't run. Don't be hesitant. Join me each week right here at Understanding with Pastor Harris as I share with you these wonderful principles from the Word of God, the one who loves you more than you love yourself. If you get the chance, at the bottom of the screen, there's a little red dot or red box that says subscribe. That means if you're new to this, then take the opportunity to just push it. And that means that YouTube, the next time I put out a video or anytime I put out one, they will send you a notification so that you will have it and you'll know how to get to these videos each week. I hope you'll take that opportunity. But more importantly, even if you forget it and don't today, because I normally don't do it myself, I have to be honest. But find a way to greet me each week on Understanding with Pastor Harris. God loves you, and so do I. Look forward to sharing these principles with you.